Hey, hey, hey. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Now, I just want to check there should be a chat box open to your right. Can you just, can someone just type in that they can hear me and see me? That would be really helpful. Thank you. I know Denise, is that she's typed in a couple of things. If you can't see the chat, there is a box on the left that enables you to open the chat. So just have a look there. If anyone could just type in that they can see me and hear me, I just want to make sure that we don't start and no one see or hear anything. I might just get one sec. Okay. I'll just ask someone that I know is on. Oh, Claire. Hey, Claire, how are you? Oh, cool. Hi, Jenny. Hey, everyone. All right, let's get going. It is 1 minute past the top of the hour. Welcome, everyone. I'm very, very excited to be doing webinars again. So I hope to be bringing you lots and lots of amazing people in the home business industry and the online marketing industry. And tonight, I mean, what a way to start. I'm starting with like an absolute home business legend, Ray Higdon. Now, if you don't know much about Ray, I will let him introduce himself a little bit more, but he is an amazing, amazing online marketer and leader. He's from Florida in the US. So a lot of people on this webinar are from Australia and New Zealand. I think we might have a few people from the US and the UK. But anyway, and so, yeah, so Ray's been doing online marketing and network marketing for a few years. But just a few short years ago, he was actually in personal foreclosure. So, you know, it hasn't always been the high life for Ray. And so I really appreciate you. I know you are super busy, and I'm so grateful that you've come on. So welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
And first of all, before we get started, I want to say congratulations because you and your beautiful wife, Jessica, are having a baby.
Yes, yes, we're having a little girl.
Oh, that's so beautiful. And you have two boys, don't you?
I do. Yep.
And did you know actually, there'll be a few, so I teach birthing classes, so I will talk
Oh,
to you about that later.
okay.
But there's actually a few birthing teachers probably on this webinar tonight, all wondering
Okay.
how to become an authority in the marketplace. So that will be interesting.
Awesome. Cool.
So I'm going to let you take over from now. I know you have heaps to say, heaps to teach us. You're going to be teaching us about, how to become an authority in our niche in whatever we
Sure.
do online, offline. So that would be great. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, again, thanks for having me. And I'm gonna switch to my screen here. So I'll just say a quick hello to the camera, and then I'm gonna show my actual presentation here. Let me see if I can figure this out. Um, let's see.
Do you
All
remember on
right,
the left?
I'm gonna try to do it here.
And you
All right,
can
is that
share like either your whole screen or just a window. I think it will give you the option.
okay? So how's that? Is that coming across okay?
Yeah, perfect. I can just see the slides now. So
Okay,
I just want to work out how I can switch myself off so that you don't have me popping up all the time.
okay,
One sec. I'm just going to turn my camera off, and then I'm going to mute myself so I don't pop up. Okay,
okay.
all yours.
Awesome. Well, very cool. So yeah, I'm excited to share with you guys how to become an authority, and you'll see the intriguing little picture down there in the bottom left, the 3-minute expert. And basically, what I teach people is a simple 3 to 4 minute process that I've followed for the last 5 years to become a credible authority in my marketplace, and how you can become one in yours. So just some quick questions, and I'll take a quick scan here. But how would you feel if every single day you woke up to people reaching out to you? And I remember years ago when I had to really hustle for the business. I had to, if I was going to get any business, I had to make calls. I had to go to people's houses. I had to work. Now people work really hard to come to me. Now let me ask you this question. What if they actually looked up to you and respected you? Might that be an easier lead to talk to? Might that be someone that you have a higher chance of making an income with, or making an impact, or them actually listening to your advice? See, that's what's powerful about becoming an authority. And so you can actually equate that out. What would that be worth? What would that be worth if every day you had people that looked up to you, respected you, reaching out to you? That would probably completely change your business model. Well, I can tell you we've been able to do that, and I'm going to share with you today how you can do that as well. So I just want to share with you through the years, I'm not somebody that really beats around the bush. I kind of get to the point, and I want to share with you the financial ramifications of becoming an actual authority. In 2009, I got beat up pretty good here in the Florida real estate market. Here in the United States. I don't know what the Australia market, how it went back in 2009, but I can tell you over here it was tough, and I didn't adapt, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I got beat up really hardcore. So in 2009, I was in personal foreclosure, made less than $20,000 for the entire year. That's not very good. I don't know if you understand the conversion rate, but it's not very good. It means I was way below the poverty line, and it was just different. Now, in 2010, made over $300,000, and it's escalated since. Now, what was the difference? Part of that was I got out of my own way. Part of it was that I started taking more action than I had been. But a big part of it was I was doing things in a certain way that has allowed me over the years to really keep climbing and growing my business to last year to doing over $2 million just from blog transactions. Okay, that's just $2 million. We actually did a little bit more than $2 million, but just from blog transactions, over $2 million. And this very first quarter, in the first quarter of this year, over $750,000. And now it's almost like a game, guys. And I'm going to share with you the 5 steps to become an authority, so you can have some incredible gains and growth and results as well. And so it's more than just money, because here I just showed you money, and I'm sure some people on here are hey, I don't do this just for money. Well, that's actually a good thing. Now, I believe you should learn from people that know how to make money, but it isn't just about money. Here's through different affiliate marketing contests and different things, I've been able to win different contests and have some fun. I won a car, won different things. There's my wife. There's actually one of my favorite things is that we got to. Oh no, what happened? Let me go back here. All right. I think we're back.
Yeah.
So there's my wife and I. We're actually sharing our story in front of over 10,000 people at our network marketing convention. I know some of you are probably in network marketing. There's us on one of our trips to Atlantis that we earned, and we've just been able to travel all around the world and just have so much fun. There's one of our team pictures of us that all won trips. And just had so much fun over the years. And the truth is, you can position yourself as an absolute authority. You can. Here's the key, before you have major results. Now, most people on here, probably prior to this presentation, you thought, oh, okay, so I have to go get major results, then I can brand myself as an authority. That's actually not the case, because that's not what we did. In fact, we created ourselves, we set ourselves up as authorities before we had major results, and I know this because, well, I did it. I did it. When I first started shooting little 3 to 4 minute videos back in 2009, I was in personal foreclosure. I had failed in 11 different companies, and life was not all cherries. It was not a good time. So this presentation, I'm going to share with you the 5 exact steps to take you to position yourself as an expert. It really doesn't require mega results or really any results. Now that's a pretty bold statement, but you'll see what I mean as I go through these 5 steps, and I'm going to assume that you're part-time. So in this presentation, here we are, and it's we're less than 10 minutes in, and I've already shot down two of your major reasons why you don't think you can be an authority, and that is you don't have the time or you don't have the results. Well, I'm here to tell you you don't need a lot of time, and you actually don't need any results. I'm going to share with you how to become an authority starting tomorrow night, starting tomorrow, by simply following a system. So pay close attention, and this might be the part where you start taking some notes. So, does it really work? And I just want to share with you just a couple here. Well, this is actually screenshots of my credit card transactions in my on my actual website. So if you look at the dates, I pulled recent dates. I didn't pull 10 years ago or whatever. May 2nd, $4,500. Here's May 1st, $4,800. April 30th, $6,300. Here's April 25th, $3,400. Here's April 24th, $9,300. Here's April 22nd, $4,700. Here's April 21st, $5,900. And here's April 19th, $4,700. So all of those in the last 30, 35 days, and that's just on our blogs. And those were during non-promotion days. So those were days where I didn't actually promote a launch or do anything really out of the ordinary. I mean, many of those days I was actually on a vacation. I wasn't actually right in front of my computer hammering away. But I just want to show you what's possible when you become an authority and you combine that with monetization, and we show you how to do that. So step number one, you may want to write this down. Some of you may have been on my Lead System Pro training last night. I can tell you this is actually a little bit different presentation, but I believe all big results start with this, and that is to have a vision. Now, a vision is different than a why. A why is typically external of you. It's something that if you tell someone about it, you definitely get agreement, and they give you kudos, and they feel good about it. So have a vision. Who do you want to become? And I'm telling you, this is so critical for people. People are out there right now, and they're trying to learn, pay-per-click. They're trying to learn, SEO. They're trying to learn all these different things, but they haven't taken the time to actually create their vision of who they actually want to become. I can tell you that without a vision, you will not be consistent, and you won't make it through the tough days, and there will be tough days. Even authorities have tough days. You have to have a rock-solid vision of who you want to become. And, you have to think about it like this. How do you want to be known? When you walk into the room at the next event for your niche, what do you want people to say to you? How do you want people to describe you? Oh, here's the person that fill in the blank, right? See, you have the painter's brush. You just have to paint, right? You have to choose what do you want to become? Who do you want to become? So important. And so instead of focusing on the money, which I've already showed you a few examples, but instead of focusing on just the money that you need, focus on who you want to become. And do it in a monetizing way. Now that may seem like a little simple switch there, but it's major. You see, the people that are just focusing on making money, they're not focusing on who they need to become to make that money, and that's where they fall to pieces. Okay, you need to focus on who do you want to become, and the money will follow as long as you're learning monetization strategies, and we'll actually talk about that on this actual webinar. Number two, you want to immerse yourself. Now, what does that mean? Well, some of you are following your passion, and you're already doing that. So some of you are reading birthing books, you're reading, you're attending birthing, conventions and events, and, some of you, maybe you're in real estate or you're in network marketing or whatever. You immerse yourself to really surround yourself with all of the things that are to be known about your niche, about your marketplace. And here is the absolute fastest way to become an authority. Do you want to know the fastest way? The fastest way? Teach. When you teach, you instantly become the minority. You see, what do most of the people in any marketplace do? Well, they do research, right? They want to learn stuff, but most of them don't teach. Simply teaching something puts you in the minority, put you in the authority position. It is the fastest way to become an actual authority in your marketplace. So to teach, you must first learn. So you invest in your education knowing that it's creating your platform of value. Now, I'll give you an example here. So in the last 2 years, my wife and I have invested over $200,000 in just coaching. Now, that's just coaching. That is not courses. That is not travel. That is not, seminars. That's not events. That's not books. That's not any of those things. It's just in coaching. Why would we do that? Because we know that the more we invest in our education, the more we're able to teach. The more we're able to teach, the more value we're able to bring to the marketplace, the more people we're able to help, the more coaching clients we're able to pinpoint what is holding them back. And so we constantly invest in ourselves so that we can put more value into the marketplace, which raises our brand and raises our authoritative position. Very powerful. Now, number 3, create content. Now, there are no authorities that don't create content. All authorities create content. So if you're attempting to be an authority, but you're not creating content, you will actually never become one. It won't happen. Okay? You create content. Looks like I got a copy in here. Oops. Blogging is the very best way. Okay? Blogging is the best way to create content. So I'm going to give you a couple suggestions on blogging. I read a stat that 81% of bloggers make like less than a couple $100 a year. That is not good. It is absolutely not good. Okay? If you want to really know how to blog, there are a couple key factors that you need to understand. Number 1, blogging is about lead generation. You have to be building your audience, and I'll talk about that here shortly. But blogging is just a mechanism for you to start building your audience. Okay? You should, every single time you ever blog, there are a few things that you should do. Number 1, ask yourself, is it congruent with your other content? Is your audience going to see that content and think, I want to know that? Number 2, is your content leading them to get on your list and start to become a part of your audience? Number 3, is it engaging? Are you encouraging people to engage and share and be a part of your content and your audience and start engaging with your actual content? You know, Mari Smith, I like her quote. She says that content is king, but engagement is queen, and the queen rules the house. Isn't that neat? Right? So you need to be doing your blogging and creating your content in an engaging way. I'm just curious, does this make sense? I can't see the comments. Tracy, is this helping some people? Are they getting some value?
Yes, for sure. Yes, definitely.
I'm kind of I'm scared.
The queen rules.
The queen rules. Yeah, I'm sure that the ladies loved hearing that. Yeah, I'm scared to actually move my screen because I don't want it to go away. So sorry, I'm not checking the comments. I will in a little bit.
No. No, it's fine. This is awesome. I'm frantically taking notes.
Cool. All right, so number 4, build and serve your audience. Now, this, guys and women and everyone on here, children maybe, this line you need to write down, and you really need to take it to heart. Go where you are celebrated, not tolerated. Too many times we let us as authorities or teachers or people trying to make a difference as entrepreneurs, we let people push us around. We let people tell us what can and can't be done. We let people tell us that our dreams are too big. We let people tell us that it'll never happen, right? And so you need to stop all that. And you need to create an audience that actually wants your stuff. You need to create an audience that actually celebrates you. If we send out emails every single day, we create blogs almost every day, but 5 to 7 times a week. We create podcasts every single day, And, you know, all of that stuff just doesn't take very long, but our audience loves it. Now, do we sometimes get haters? Do we sometimes get people that are like, oh, I don't like that, right? Or stop sending me so many emails. We unsubscribe them. I'm not looking to serve everyone. I'm looking to serve those who want to be served that are in my audience. Okay, so I'm not looking to be Mr. Popular of every person on planet Earth. That would be way too hard of a job. I'm looking to greatly serve with value my audience and help them to become better. Okay, so go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. And here's one thing you need to understand. As soon as you decide to start moving toward becoming an authority, you need to know there are more of them than there are of you. Let me say that again. There are more of them than there are of you. There are fewer people teaching than there are wanting to learn. So who's in the good position? You are. You're in the good position. Not the person that's telling you that they don't like your video, or not the person that tells you you email too much, or not the person that tells you you'll never make it as an entrepreneur. That person, you know, do they really matter? They don't matter. You matter, because there's fewer of you than there are of them. There's more people that want to know what you know than are willing to go out and teach it the way you will if you follow a system. You got to learn to generate leads daily. So every day it's about growing your audience. And there's a lot of ways to grow your audience. I'll talk about that here in a little bit. You want to serve those leads and that audience with solutions to their problems. So a lot of times people ask me, there's two common obstacles to building your branded site and building your brand online. Two very common obstacles. Number one, what do I talk about? Well, let me cover that for you. What you talk about is how to solve the problems of your target market. Okay, so if your target market is people looking to buy real estate, right? Well, you need to educate them on what they should know before they buy. Okay, if your target market is pregnant mommies, all right, you need to educate them on what they need to know. Now, that's the first obstacle, is what to talk about. Okay, the second obstacle is, why would someone listen to me? I don't have big results, Ray. Why would someone listen to me? Well, that's actually a very selfish way to look at life. Okay, you don't need to have an impressive resume to teach something. And let me ask you, when's the last time, when you were in grade school, middle school, high school, college, that you really studied the resume of the professor teaching you? You probably never even knew what, their resume. You probably never saw it, right? But were they able to teach you things? Of course. They had guidebooks, they had resources, they had maybe, experiments, right? They had, things, helpful guides to help them teach you things. You don't need to have an impressive resume to start teaching people. In fact, it's selfish to think that you do. You do not need mega results to start sharing with people what you are learning. And so the sooner you start sharing, the faster you are on the path to becoming an authority in your marketplace. You want to engage them, and we teach this, a lot, and I'll talk about that here in a second. Now, let's talk a little bit about monetize. I have an affinity to bloggers. I love bloggers. I think they're awesome. A lot of them, they have no idea what they're doing when it comes to monetization. Why is it that there's some people that have been blogging for 3-4 years and they're just scraping by, and we've been able to build a $2 million a year blog? Why is that? It's because we do things in a certain way. And we actually share with you, and I have a course that I'm going to talk about here in a second, but we have a course called the 3-Minute Expert. And we share exactly step by step, every single, screen by screen, step by step, every single move that we've made, every single action we've taken to go from scratch to $2 million a year in a blog. You can. Now here's a very common misconception. There's a misconception out there that says, well, I want a happy audience. I'd like to make money, but I'm really about my audience. Well, guess what? You can have big profits and a happy audience, we actually show you how. So let me show you what I mean. So here's one of our coaching clients, actually, Vince Reed. Some of you may have heard of him, some of you may not, but he's a pretty big internet marketer nowadays. When he first came to me, his blog was doing right around $100,000 a year. Now that's pretty impressive for a blog. Most people aren't making $100,000 a year from their blog. In 2 phone calls, I shared with him what we share in the 3-Minute Expert and just helped him with some tweaks. Now, this guy was further along than most. Let's be honest. He was at $100,000 a year with his blog. In a couple phone calls, I shared some of the key elements that we share in the 3-Minute Expert. That blog is now a $1 million a year blog. It's unbelievable. Now, sometimes, for some of you, maybe it's just simple tweaks. For some of you, maybe it's getting started the right way. Maybe it's a complete overhaul. But whatever it is, the right time to start making more money is now. It is never a bad time to make more money. And let me tell you, if you have hang-ups around making money, if that's you, I get it. But just know your poverty isn't serving anyone. It's not serving anybody. It's not helping anyone. It's not allowing you to live the life that you could be leading. It's not, inspiring your audience. It's not inspiring anyone around you. Okay? So we really tackle monetization in the 3-Minute Expert big time. Here's my buddy Jeff, just to give you a very, very different example. So here's my buddy Jeff Reimer. He lives in Naples, Florida, and that's his beautiful girlfriend Kim, who we're friends with. He sells generators. Now, for those that don't know, generators, if electricity goes out to your house and you have a generator, you're able to crank that baby up and you can have your own electricity. It's pretty cool. And so he sells generators. Now, he followed the content creation and the marketing strategies that I talk about in the 3-Minute Expert, and his revenue increased by over $400,000. $400,000. Now, let me tell you, I don't know anything about generators. That actually doesn't matter. There's a system of becoming an authority in any niche that does not matter what niche it is. Okay? It will help you become an authority in any marketplace. Here's my friend Terry. Now, some of you may have heard of Terry Grimeau, but Terry Grimeau, he actually used, and he actually shared with me this story this past weekend. We were up in Park City, Utah, for a mastermind that we were doing. He used his last $500 to buy my training. He went from a manager working full-time, making $35,000 a year, to he now has quit that job, and he's had $10,000 days. Now, he sells a lot of coaching packages. He sells a lot of products nowadays, and this guy's an absolute all-star. One more for you, Matthew Hamill. When he first found me and started going with my training, he was pasting his MLM link in Facebook groups, and he was making nothing. Does that sound familiar? Do you know anyone that's just what they do? They post their MLM link in Facebook groups. Well, last year, his kitchen redesign blog made over $700,000, and we actually have that on our website. He actually shot a video for us. It's just awesome. Now, I don't know anything about kitchen redesign. I know nothing about it. What I do know is how to become an authority, and we teach you that inside the 3-Minute Expert. So here's the question. How can you get more results? Well, my suggestion to you is to check out and at least consider the benefit of becoming an authority and check out my course called the 3-Minute Expert. By the way, for those that want to follow along, you can go to tracyRose.com/3min expert. Okay, it stands for 3-Minute Expert. It's 3min expert. Okay, tracyRose.com/3min expert. And I'm going to just walk you through very shortly, and then we'll get to some Q&A if you have any questions for me. So the 3-Minute Expert is the most complete product we've ever created and the most complete system on the market on gaining authority and credibility. It teaches you branding and how to build an audience and presence online. What if people are reaching out to you every day to interview you? You know, that's one of the benefits of being an authority. I've actually had the pleasure of being interviewed twice now by a gentleman named John Lee Dumas, who runs the Entrepreneur on Fire podcast. His podcast is one of the most popular business podcasts on planet Earth. He gets over 1 million downloads a month. What if John was reaching out to you? because you are an authority in your marketplace. What if leads wanted to talk to you? What if people asked you to speak to their teams or at their events? You know, every year I get asked to speak at different events, and it's such a blessing to go and help other people change their lives. Well, what if you started getting asked to speak? Would that be cool? Is anyone interested in that? Is there any aspiring speakers out there? Well, guess what? It's really hard to get a speaking gig if you're not an authority. Why would they? Why would someone have you speak at their event if you're not seen as a credible expert or a credible authority in your niche? Okay, so that's why I want to get you to become an authority, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So my suggestion to you, get the 3-minute expert, and right now you can actually save $200 off the retail price. We are in the actual product launch of this, and right now it is $200, and you can get over $4,200 worth of bonuses. And I can tell you, you'll never see this price break again, nor with all of these bonuses. We will have this as what they call an evergreen product, meaning we will offer it, but it will never be at this price again, and it will never have this many bonuses. So let me just cover very, very quickly, and then we'll get to the Q&A session. Let me cover what you actually get. So the 3-minute expert, you get step-by-step how to become a credible authority in your marketplace. You get branding and how to create content that separates you from your competition. Never again beg for someone to look at your opportunity, instead get them calling you. It really covers, honestly, it covers everything I know about branding, about blogging, about creating your online presence and becoming an authority. And that's a retail value of $497. Now, let me just share just a few. I don't have time to go through everything in the course, but let me share with you a few things in the course. You get my authority multiplier. And this is something that, you know, I see a lot of bloggers out there and people creating content, or maybe they're just posting videos to Facebook. Well, the authority multiplier will help you get 10 times the results you normally do. The instant fame formula. This is something that, you know, if people need to know who you are and actually care about what you have to say. I teach that with our instant fame formula. The lifelong lead machine. Now, we generate 3,000 to 4,000 leads every single month on our blog during non-promotion months. Now, during a promotion month, we may generate up to 20,000 leads, but in a non-promotion month, we generate 3,000 to 4,000 leads of people that actually want to talk to us. It's pretty cool. You get the idea factory. Now, here's a guarantee that I make. A guarantee. If you decide to get the 3-minute expert system, if you decide to get it, you will never, and you go through the course, you will never struggle with what to talk about online ever again. In our Idea Factory method, I teach you exactly where to get tons of content so you never run out of things to ever talk about for the rest of your life, and I really mean that. The organic traffic tsunami. Did you know we get 60 to 100,000 unique visitors every single month to our blog, and that is mainly from organic traffic from Google. We show you exactly what to do for that. The blog monetization maximizer. Now, there's only 2% of bloggers in the world that make more than $150,000 a year. Now, we make more than 10 times that, but I show you how we do it. I show you exactly how to make money on any website, especially a blog. The audience mind reading trick, and this is something that every day people ask me. They're like, "Oh my God, did you read my mind?" And it's because we know our audience so well, and we teach you how to know your audience so well. We teach you the magic PS technique that's actually generated hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales in our business. I teach you my 7-figure blog blueprint. Exactly, like I said before, step by step, exactly what we have done to go from scratch, from nothing to, loser town, to becoming an authority and becoming a multi-million-dollar a year earner. Now, if you like bonuses, I know some people do, let me share with you very quickly a few of the bonuses. We're going to give you $4,200 worth. So you get 30 sample blog titles that work in any niche. So I don't care what niche you're in. I don't care if you're in health and wellness, if you're in birthing, if you're in construction, if you're in real estate, if you're in aquarium maintenance. It doesn't matter, because these 30 sample blog titles, here's what's cool about it that we don't even say. I wrote 3 examples in each blog title sample. Okay, so you actually get 90 headlines, and some of them I actually have used and they work like crazy. But that's a little PDF that you get that you absolutely will love. Next one, my 10 never fail content ideas. I go through 10 exact places and sources to locate content. Then I share how to exactly to make great images that boost your social media sharing. Let me tell you, I see a lot of people working hard, but boy, they need to be working smart. They need to be doing things a little bit differently. We share with you how to create cool images that your Facebook and Instagram and everyone else will actually want to share. You get a professional blog review. Now, let me give you a heads up on that. That is me personally, not an assistant, not my business manager, not anybody. That's me personally going through your blog and checking it out for you. I do let you know you have to go through all the modules prior to the review, because I tell you what to have on your blog and I tell you how to tweak it, and so it just makes no sense for me to do a review before you go through the modules. So make sure you go through the modules. You get 10 recorded blog reviews. Now, this is really, really helpful because we interview people that are making $1 million a year and go over their blog, and we interview people that are making nothing a year, and we show them exactly why that is. You get 10 blog reviews that you can watch at your convenience that will really help you understand what makes a good blog. You get my video marketing formula. If you've ever struggled with how to create good videos and how to get good marketing videos so that you generate more leads, you're actually getting my entire course. This is a separate course that we sell every day for $67. You get that as one of the bonuses. You get how to create your own lead capture pages. If you're not creating lead capture pages, you're probably not building a very big audience. We give you that bonus, shows you exactly how to do it. Now, this is what's called a mega bonus. You get 2 full days recording of my ILT workshop. Now, people paid $1,500 to be at this workshop. You get the entire 2 days recorded on audio for you, and you can listen to it at your convenience. That is mega, mega marketing there, and I talk about multiple niches in there. That's something that absolutely will help you out. Now, you get general admission ticket to Top Earner Academy, or, since I know many of you are in Australia, I'll make you a deal. If you are unable to come to Tampa, Florida in August, I will actually give you live stream access. Now, currently, live stream access is not even available. You can't even buy it right now. And just so you know, a ticket to Top Earner Academy, if you go on the actual site, it's $397. We're giving you a free ticket to Top Earner Academy, or because of my relationship and respect for Tracey, I'll actually give you access to live stream if you're unable to make the trip from Australia. Now, I will tell you, last year we did have Australians at our event. We had Malaysians at our event. We had people from Serbia. We had people from Nigeria. We had people from the United Kingdom. We had people from all over Canada. I think we had one maybe from Singapore. So we have people from all over the world come to Top Earner Academy, and I would encourage you to. But if you just can't, and you decide to buy, and you decide to get the course, well, we'll give you live stream access just because of my relationship with Tracey. That's not even on the page, guys. So that's a total bonus just for Tracey's audience. You get full transcripts of each module. I don't know about you, but sometimes I like to read, right? I like to not just go through videos, I like to also read what is in those videos. Well, we give you the full transcripts. Then we're going to do 3 live Q&A sessions. Now, this will be over the next 30 days. You will be able to get access to 3 live question and answer. Now, if you cannot make it because of the time difference, well, you'll get the recording, and you'll be able to hear other people's questions, and we'll make sure that you get your questions answered as well. Number 12, you get my 6 keys to building authority by being consistent. I would say the number one thing that people struggle with is consistency. You will no longer struggle with consistency once you get that bonus. Then I have these 2 bonuses that are all from my advertising guide. Now, here's something that might just blow you away. Okay, we use an advertising agency that for you to be a client with them, it's $7,000 a month. That is just to be a client. That is just the retainer. I had them create an entire mini course on how exactly to do the best types of Facebook ads, how to do remarketing, how to drop pixels, how to really track your audience. It is incredible. That right there could totally be a separate course that we sell, and we may do that. But right now, you can get it as an absolute bonus. Now, just a quick recap. You can save $200, like I said, $4,200 off. And here's everything that you get. So I'm going to go through fairly quickly, and then we'll get to question and answer. But you'll see all the different things that are included with a 3-minute expert. It is literally well over $5,000 worth of value, but you're not paying $5,000. You can actually get it for 3 payments of $119 Or you can save 60 bucks and get it for 297 bucks. Less than $300, you can get the entire course and all of the bonuses that I talked about, but it is for a very limited time because this is our actual product launch, and these bonuses and that price will not last. I assure you that course without the bonuses is well worth the $497 that we have as a retail value. And just so you know, you feel confident deciding to get the course, if you're not sure, well, test me out. Grab it, and if you're not blown away, simply ask for your money, and I know you'll love it. Okay, we do have a 30-day 100% money-back guarantee, and I know that you'll absolutely love it. I'll share with you just a couple more testimonials, then we'll get to Q&A. Here's my friend Kathleen. Now, some of you, maybe you're in network marketing. Kathleen has been a student of ours for the last 2 years. She's now become a $1 million earner. In the last 6 months, her international team has grown by over 20,000 people. How did she do that? Because we taught her how to become an authority. Or maybe Tanya Eliza, many of you actually know her. We actually helped her with her very first product launch, and she did over $250,000 in her first launch. How amazing is that? That's incredible. I mean, we're now teaching clients to win bigger than we won when we started. My first launch wasn't $250,000. We now teach our clients how to do better than we have done. So it's really, really awesome. So I just want to say that I'm very grateful. I'm grateful that Tracey had me on. It's a little early over here in the United States, and I did forget to have my coffee, but hopefully I kept you guys awake and excited and fired up. I hope you got value from this. If you do want to become an authority, I suggest you get the 3-Minute Expert, and I'm more than happy to do some Q&A. So I'm going to attempt to hide my screen here, and I'm going to try to turn my camera back on. All right. So yeah, I wanted to leave time for Q&A because I know that Tracey, you got a great audience here, and maybe they have some questions for me. So I'm more than happy to help them out.
Yay, thank you so much. That was awesome. I was taking lots of notes. Even I've written questions, but I'll just see what else
Cool.
other people have first. Because I was listening to your other webinar. I'm just hanging on. I actually pressed something and I lost the chat. So can you?
I still see the chat. So I don't see any questions yet. But yeah, so there's usually a delay with webinars on air. So maybe if you guys have a question, feel free to type it in. And also, Tracey, you may want to send that link to your audience just so they can see it, since I've minimized my screen.
Yeah.
But I did want to. I know maybe I went through fairly quickly, but I did want to have time for Q&A. So Tracey, maybe you want to ask me your questions, and we can wait for everyone else to chime in.
Yeah, cool. Okay, thank you. Anyway, yeah, that was really cool. One of my things was, how in the beginning you talked about, sort of getting through bad days and kind of having that vision and stuff. Like, what do you do to get through those bad days? What do you do now?
So,
because I'm sure you still have them, right?
Sure. I'll tell you that my favorite quote, one of my favorite quotes of all time, but my favorite quote that's exactly what you're asking, is by a gentleman named the Dr. Reverend Michael Beckwith, and he is out of Los Angeles. He actually runs a church called Agape, and he was in the movie The Secret. He's the guy with the dreadlocks, right?
Yes.
And he says, "Pain pushes you until a vision pulls you." And what that means is people without a vision, they're kind of punished. I mean, they're punished every day because something bad will happen, and they're just looking at their circumstances. Whereas someone that has a vision, they still have those punches, right? But they say, okay, I'm continuing on my path. When my feet like literally swing out from the bed, when they swing out from the bed and hit the ground, I know provide value to my marketplace. It's just ingrained in me. That's non-optional. Okay, so I have to go out there and create podcasts, create videos, create things that are going to help my audience. Now, the cool thing about that is, while others are just doing meetings every day, or doing Starbucks meetings, Panera meetings, or whatever else they're doing in non-leveraged way, I'm creating pieces of content that last forever. We get leads and sales from blog posts that we did 5 years ago, and I get affiliate checks. I get all kinds of weird stuff from blogs I did forever ago. And so it's really cool. A branded authority site, then that will happen for you too.
And what about when you're talking about blogging? So do you, I obviously I follow your blog and you do obviously videos every day, but have you always done videos every day or do you do just some text type blogs? Actually, no, I think you did do a text blog the other day. It wasn't a video.
No, I do. I do some text blogs every once in a while. Some of it, there's some factors there. My audience definitely prefers video.
Okay.
So, but there are some days that, whether it's time or maybe, I remember when I was in, one time when I stayed in Cabo, the internet was terrible, and it was either not blog or do a text blog. And so, if given those two options, you should definitely text blog. So I don't do, your audience prefers a 3 to 4 minute video, and I would
Yep.
suggest 3 to 4 minutes. I see people that are non-authorities that create 15-minute videos. You really shouldn't.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know. You should create 3 to 4 minute videos because those have the highest retainment, and they have the highest actual watching, and you can get your point across quickly. In fact, you know what? I'll share with you what's a major part of one of the bonuses in the video marketing formula. I share that there's 4 steps to a good video, and that's intro, question, call to action, or I'm sorry, intro, question, content, call to action. So if, whatever you're teaching, if I'm teaching something on blogging, I could say, hello, my name is Ray, intro. Are you a blogger but not making enough money? Question. Well, the reason you're not making enough money is you don't have the association of how to provide more value in a monetized way, and here's three ways that you can do it. We actually talk about that in the course, okay? And then a call to action at the end. Hey, if you like this content, feel free to shoot me an email and we can connect, or go to this page and enter your information. So you always want to have those 4 elements in every video that you do, but most people don't. Most people don't have a call to action. They don't have a question. They don't. They just get on a video and start talking, and they wonder why they're not building their audience. Well, we teach you how to do that.
Can I add on that? So
Sure.
a couple of weeks ago, we went to a birth conference, but I got asked to speak about some online marketing that I was doing. And
So you're an authority.
well, it was like, cool, this is starting to happen now, right? And it
Yep.
was because I've been doing my videos exactly how you say, where I intro and it's like, hey there, I'm Tracy from Hypnobirthing Rocks, have you ever wanted to know how to give birth with no pain or whatever? And then I answer the question that had the call to action, and I literally said that formula at this presentation that I did a couple of weeks ago. So that I know that works. That has changed how I do videos dramatically. It's changed how people react to the videos. More people are finding them. Like, it's amazing. And it's so simple. And I don't do a video without that formula anymore.
Yeah. No, that's smart. And what we teach, it is simple. And there are people that will just continue to struggle and not follow a system. And then there's people that are saying, all right, it's time for me to step up. And I do see a few questions here. What if you were very new to blogging? Well, my course actually assumes you don't know anything about blogging. Now, there are 2 types of people that will get major value out of the course. One, people who've never blogged in their life. Okay, we actually teach you how to set up your blog. We share with you actually all of my secret little plugins. I think there's about 30 that I use that we don't share publicly, but I share inside of the course. So I share all the little plugins. I share exactly how to set it up. And if you don't want to set it up, we share where to outsource it to have someone else set it up for you for a very low cost. And so we share with you all the technical, how to set up Google Webmaster Tools, Google Analytics, all those things that people need that they don't know that they need. Okay. So the first type of person is the person that's never blogged. The person that will benefit greatly as well is the person that is blogging, because we teach you how to make more money and generate more leads. And there's a lot of bloggers out there. In fact, I think there's a lot of bloggers in the network marketing niche because of one of my courses back in 2011 called Pro Blog Academy. I know a lot of people got that course, and a lot of people became bloggers from that. Well, we have learned so much since that course. I mean, 2011, that was 4 years ago. Since then, just to give you a heads up on what we teach inside the course, since then, we've made over $1 million in selling coaching products. We've made over $1 million in affiliate marketing. We've made over $1 million in network marketing. We've made over $1 million in creating and selling our own products. And so we've been able to monetize everything that we do, and we have a thriving audience. This audience isn't, oh my goodness, Ray, stop making things for us to buy. They're like, thank you, Ray, you're providing so much value. And that's what happens. You know, you don't, I think people that don't make money, they associate that, well, if I try to sell something, my people are going to feel bad. That's not the case. You actually have people in every marketplace that want to dive deeper, providing it. And so you need to find, either via affiliate or create your own products, you need to find a way to fulfill that need and help them out. I like Kelly's question, what if the vision isn't clear? It's not going to be clear until it is. And my encouragement to you is to change your language. Before someone has a vision, they will say things like, I don't have a vision. And what you need to understand, and this is something that a guy that I look up to, George Zalicki, he says, the thinker thinks, the prover proves. And so if you are saying, I don't have a vision, you literally won't. You just won't. And when I want to take you back to 2009, when I was in personal foreclosure, when I was getting calls from my bill collectors every single hour on my phone, and I would just program them, don't answer, right? Because what am I going to say? And when I was there, I didn't have a clear vision. I knew I wanted to become someone of significance. I wanted to become someone who made a difference. I wanted to become someone who moved others and inspired people. I didn't know what that looked like, okay? What I found was that creating content was a very leveraged way to make a difference in people's lives. And so then I learned about blogging, and then I started doing things in a certain way. And all of a sudden people started saying, I remember I was in my last network marketing company that my wife and I, we were the #1 income earners. In that company, at my first event, I remember getting into the elevator, and one of the big wigs of the company, he goes, hey, you're that video guy. And I'm like, yeah, I'll take it, whatever. And he's like, yeah, I've seen all your videos, man. You're really good. Authority. It's that simple. And Tracey just laid out a very, very good example. One more I see, Claire says, how do you call 3,000 to 4,000 people monthly? Well, 3,000 to 4,000 leads doesn't mean they all have phone numbers. So in the beginning, we were asking for phone numbers in every single website that we had. And if I had to guess, I would say that we probably get 20 to 30 phone numbers a day. But the majority of our leads it's just the email address, which is fine for us. Because when you're an authority, you don't have to hound everybody. See, I don't have to hound anybody like I used to. I used to hound everybody. I used to drive down the street, I'd see a realtor sign, and I'd be like, hey, you open to a side project? Right? And that's cool. You got to do what you got to do with what you have. When you're generating 3,000 to 4,000 leads, you don't have to pound that phone. You don't have to hound them. You don't have to say, pretty please pick up my call. They actually call you. So every single day, I get 10 to 20 requests to coach people. Every day. The majority of them, I turn down. Because now, when you're an authority, you get to choose. Okay? Now, my products will serve the masses. My products will help anybody, wherever they are, become an authority. Okay? But I only have so much time. So when you have, it's just supply and demand. When a lot of people are demanding your time, well, you get to choose the supply. And so we choose to work. There are certain individuals we work with. We have 2 lawyer clients right now. We have a snack box company, which is not an MLM, but they do snack subscriptions. It's pretty cool. It's a cool little thing. And we have, let's see, $2 or $3 million. We have $2 million a year network marketing clients. We have $1 million a year marketing client. We have 25 six-figure earners that are coaching clients. So we get to pick and choose. So, and that's a great way to think about things, because the way I handled leads in 2009 when no one knew me versus now is very different. And thank God it is. Because, I mean, hey, you're an authority. When you have the demand, you get to choose your time. And so we'll create blogs for everybody. We'll create podcasts for everybody. But not just everybody gets my personal time. And so I poured everything I know into this course that people have paid thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to learn from me directly. You just get to get it for $297 with $4,200 worth of bonuses.
I swear that Facebook bonus, I was like, what? Because I got the course today. Obviously, I'm like, I already
I
started.
saw that.
So I was like, I'm going to get in these. But I forgot what the bonuses were. I didn't even look at the bonuses because I just wanted the product. And when you said the Facebook thing, I was like, that's like a course in itself.
Oh,
But,
you have no. Okay, so all right. I'll share some good stuff for you. So I've been working with this ad agency since November of last year, or maybe October, November. I forget, October, November, one of those months. Every week, every single week since October or November, we have made somewhere between $2,000 to $9,000 per week in profits from their ads.
what?
And they have a 7-video course teaching you what they do. It's mind-blowing.
Oh my God.
It is mind-blowing that that is not a separate course. Because I reached out to them and I said, hey guys, is there any way you could do a video for me? I'm doing this big launch, and could you do a video? And they're like, yeah, Ray. And they're like, hey, by the way, we just made 7 videos. And I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, we cover remarketing, dropping pixels, Facebook ads. I'm like, oh my God, that, like you said, it's a separate course, but it's free.
Actually, that's a really big thing at the moment. It's kind of because Facebook's changing and a lot of social media is changing.
Sure.
So that is a really hot kind of marketing strategy right now. But it's like, remember years ago when the whole Google, when everyone was into Google AdWords and stuff,
Sure.
and if you did it wrong, you wasted like a lot of money. And I think it's the same with Facebook. If you're doing Facebook ads, if you're doing it wrong, you're wasting a whole lot of money. And I have wasted money on Facebook ads, so I'm going to watch that.
Yeah, these guys, just so you know, before me, their client, they had Brian Tracy as a client.
Whoa.
They currently have Nick Unsworth as a client. So they're no joke. I mean, you definitely pay the money for it, but it's worth it, So and you get it for free. So there are a lot of people that are losing money on Facebook ads. That's for sure.
Yes. I just wanted to ask, there's kind of, like, you've talked about different niches and stuff, so I love doing online marketing and home business type stuff, but, when you talked about that couple that was selling generators, like, what, they do a blog on generators?
Yes.
Or
here's the
really?
deal.
Because I've got a dentist that wants some stuff.
I'll tell you exactly what they do, okay, and it's what I taught them. So in any niche, there are always more people researching than buying, okay? But when they learn from someone, they see you as an authority and they buy from you, okay? So here's exactly what I told him to do. I said, okay, what are the questions that you get around generators? And he said, well, people will ask, what's the best type? People will ask, well, how big do I need per square foot of my house? People will ask, well, what kind of maintenance do they require? People will, like, he labels out, all these different questions. I'm like, you need to create a piece of content for every one of those questions. And so he created a blog on, what size generator do you need? And it just shows, it says, if you got this square footage, you should have this kind, and this is the kind that I suggest, and this is the kind. And, so now what happens is he doesn't necessarily, people just click and buy. It's not like an info product, right? But they see him as, wow, this guy is really smart about generators. Let me call him. Now, what he used to do is he would send direct mail out. Please use my coupon. Please call me and ask me about generators. Now, he puts this stuff out, and they're like, hey, saw your blog about sizes of generators. Hey, I saw your warning about don't buy this generator. I'd love to talk with you. And he gets his salespeople on the floor, on the phone, of these leads that are coming in, and they book appointments. They go out there and they sell the generators. And so, when it's not an info product or a digital product, there may be one or two steps involved, but it's exactly what he's done.
Right. And Shari's got a question, but I just want to quickly ask about this as well. Do different niches, like you blog every day, like you're a machine, but do different niches kind of tolerate different amounts of content? Like obviously you email every day. I don't know for, how much content are they putting out there? How many times are they contacting
Not
their
not every day. And I'm looking for Jeff's. I'm gonna specifically show you Jeff because someone asked for. Yeah, here it is.
client blogs? Yeah,
Check this out.
Shari. Hey, Shari.
Awesome. Hold on. And then this is actually Jeff's. Vince Reed's is pretty straightforward.
Yeah. He's like an
that's that
online
one. That's West Coast Generators. That's my my buddy Jeff. And I'll share with you Kathleen's as well. When Kathleen started working with us, her blog was pretty rough, not gonna lie. And she does the same thing, so I'm not saying anything out of turn.
Your
Okay.
blog. I remember you telling a story about your blog, and when someone got up on stage and said, when yours wasn't as pretty as it is now.
Yeah, it used to be hideous. Yes.
I actually, do you know what? I never said anything, but like when I first found you, I was like, dude, this guy's doing amazing, and his blog is really like not flash.
Not great, right?
And I was like,
I get it. Here, I'm gonna find one more for you guys. Oh man, my Skype just opened for some reason. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you one more example. Some of you probably, another one of our clients that I didn't even mention is Mark Harbert. When Mark Harbert started working with us, he was making $7,000 a month. He now has had the last 6 months consistent $20,000 months. So we've worked with people in different niches, and I'll tell you, if I was going after any niche, it would start with branding and creating content and doing a blog. Any niche, I don't care what it is. And like you said, like you pointed out while I was searching here, what you pointed out was, hey, does everyone create as much content? They don't. Okay. There's just, like with generators, right? You're not going to email your list every day about a new generator thing, right? But you do want to intercept the traffic. Now, with him specifically, I suggested, and I actually taught him AdWords. So I taught him Google AdWords, and for local business, it's gangster. There is, to me, there is no better marketing than local AdWords. Now, if you're not local and you're like a network marketer, then you got to jump through some hoops. Like I actually have a company that's doing AdWords for me now, but it's a little dicey. It's a little tricky. And I haven't seen enough results to teach that yet. I know AdWords, but if you're not a local company, I don't suggest it unless you're a pretty advanced marketer. As far as blog and website, I mean, when I think website, I think static. I think something that just kind of sits out there and is boring and doesn't get updated. Blog is my same website, So for me, rayhigdon.com is my blog, and it's also my website. So there you go.
But it's always been updated with like new content and
updated. Yeah. That's what people want. People go to Huffington Post. They don't go to some static page, right? Yeah. They go to a page that gets content.
Yeah. And actually, you talked about like you've got your blog to a point where people go actively looking at your blog for like new stuff. Like I regularly go to your blog and go, what's Ray got on? Or I think of a topic and I go, I wonder if Ray's done a blog on that. And so I go there, go in the search bar and do like a little search, and then I see all these ones coming up. So you've got it to that point where people are looking for you for those topics in that niche. So,
yeah, and why not? I mean, no matter what profession you're in, why wouldn't you want that? I mean, I would look to answer every question and continue learning. What some people will say is, well, don't you run out of things to talk about? Well, it's been 5 years. I haven't yet, because I keep learning new things. I keep investing in myself and buying new courses and hiring new coaches and things like that. As long as I keep learning, which hopefully is the rest of my life, then I think I'm able to also teach and create videos and content.
And so what would be a couple of examples of like ideas for blogs, say for a network marketer and maybe a local business, or like a local, well, we've got a few birth workers on here. Give us a few, what sorts of things would we go to look for content?
Okay, so what I would do. I mean, one simple one would be you're saying for network marketing and birthing,
Yeah, so can you
right?
give us some examples like what you would suggest? There's a few network marketers on here. So what would you just suggest for someone that's new? I know that Claire, she hasn't got a blog or anything yet.
Sure.
She's done a lot of offline recruiting, but now she's come to do online stuff. So where would she start?
Well, one thing is if you've done a lot in offline recruiting, let me tell you, that is one of my most popular topics on my blog. I mean, I teach marketing, but my audience loves offline recruiting stuff. We actually just did a product a month ago about a month ago on cold market prospecting, and people loved it. I mean, it just went through the roof. So teach some of the things that you already know. Just because you're going online doesn't mean you have to teach only online stuff. I mean, if you're a good prospector, teach that, because there are absolutely people looking for that. So that would be some examples. And there's a lot of things, because okay, what do you say if they ask what do you do? What do you say if they ask what is it? How do you overcome the money objection? How do you talk to a stranger? How do you talk to a waitress? How do you talk to how do you call a realtor from a realtor sign? There's an unlimited number of offline recruiting topics that you could have just right there, and people will be interested. It is, of all the topics that I talk about, I would say that's probably, it's either number one or number two, and
Wow.
people love that. My audience loves recruiting stuff, so that'd be number one. For birthing, here's what I would do. The next time you have, I'll give you a couple suggestions. So the next time you interview a potential client, I want you to make note of every question they ask you. Either record the interview or whatever. Record it, okay? Now this I'm just, here you go. Here's your multiple six-figure business here. I would still suggest getting the course, but here's a couple $100,000 for you. Every potential client you ever have, whether they decide to join or not, record the interview on audio, upload it to rev.com, which is your cheapest source for transcription that I've ever found. Right, it's about $1 a minute, something like that, or cheaper. It's like really, really cheap. So you record it on audio, the interview, you upload it to rev.com, they transcribe it, and then you pull out every question that they ask, and those are your blog titles.
No way. Cool.
Multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars there. You're welcome. Just hope I don't enter the birthing niche, because I will come after you and I will crush you. But if you're armed with a 3-minute expert, you have a defense.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, you just, and is that the idea? It's like you want to flood that market with you
Totally.
being, so that wherever people look, on Google or YouTube, like you're going to come up. Is that the idea?
Totally.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're missing so much online leveraged intelligence, because most people know their business. Okay, birthing, whatever you're doing, it. The problem is no one else knows it.
Yes.
The online community doesn't know that you know this. They don't know that you're brilliant. They don't know that you are, an expert in your field. They don't know it unless they see your content. And that's exactly what we teach you in the course.
Yeah. I've found, and I want to gauge whether you think this is true, like in terms of videos. Like I remember when I first started, obviously I went and did my teaching course to teach my birth classes, and I was like, well, how the hell am I going to get clients when there's all these midwives and other hypnotherapists, because we do hypnobirthing, and they're like really experienced, and I just started doing a few videos and got clients, and I was thinking, why the hell would you choose me? But is that,
Yeah.
like, I just want to get across, like, it is that powerful, isn't it?
It is. It absolutely is. I mean, people trust, when they're going to Google, they trust. This is very. Let me say it very, very specifically. They trust who teach them. That's who they trust.
Mm.
And they don't trust who sells them necessarily. So you say, "Hi, I'm Tracy. I'm the best hypnobirther out there." Right? They don't
Right.
trust that. They're like,
Okay.
I don't know about that one. Right?
They trust
But
who
when you
teaches.
teach them something, and by the way,
Yeah.
my wife's actually interested in hypnobirthing, so
Oh,
you got
cool.
to reach out to her. She'll probably get a bunch of requests now, right?
Yeah, yeah. No one.
Get
She's
her,
mine. No
get
kidding.
her,
Actually,
get her,
I'm gonna
guys.
send it. I'm gonna send her some birth affirmation stuff. So
Yeah,
I'll get some details so I can send it to her. Sorry, go on. So they trust who
they trust who
teaches
teach
them.
them. Yeah, who brings them value.
Yeah, teaches and brings
And
value.
Claire's asking when am I coming to Australia?
Yeah, when are you going to Australia?
I'd love to. I haven't. Last year was the first time I really did an international dealio, and I did it in London. So I didn't know who would show. I'm like, who's going to show to this thing? And so we go there, and there were 220 people. They paid, I think, 30 or 40 pounds, and we literally we had to rent their entire conference room that they had. We had two conference rooms, and I had to go back and forth to two different rooms because we sold out. And so I don't know if that would be the experience in Australia or not. I didn't think it'd be the experience in
Yeah.
the UK, so maybe it would be. And my favorite thing in the world to do is snorkeling. I love
Oh,
snorkeling. I've done some scuba. I'm not great at it because I can't clear. I have problems. But snorkeling, dude, so lightweight, easy. And we honeymooned in Fiji, hung out with some Australians there. They were quite fun. And I learned that they don't like Fosters. That's a U.S. thing. You think that Australians like Fosters, and you guys don't. And
no.
so we had
That's
some
a
fun.
running joke in Australia, actually.
Yeah, yeah. And I remember I'm like, Foster's, right? And they're like, oh, no, 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 no American. And, but in Fiji, the snorkeling was amazing. But I know definitely want to hit the Great Barrier Reef. That would be super, super exciting. So no plans, but, talk to me. If you got a big
We'll have,
team, you got a big group
yeah,
of people, we can always talk.
yeah. Okay. Well, I'll want to wrap up just because I know you've got, a whole lot of stuff going on today. It's the start of your day. But Katie just asked, and Katie's one of my
Yeah,
gorgeous, beautiful friends in birthing.
great question.
She said, "Are you a huge fan of creating your own online courses, or should you concentrate on building a blogging audience first?"
Great question. Great question. So, um, great question. I really like it. So, the question is, who are you going to sell your course to? That's the
Yeah.
question.
Mm.
And so I see a lot of people, they create this course with no audience. You've got an uphill battle. I mean, I guess you're just going to do pay-per-click. Is that what you're going to do? Or social media? Good luck with that. I mean, for example, this product, the 3-Minute Expert that we talked about a little bit ago, we officially opened the cart yesterday, and because of our blog audience, we did almost $100,000 in sales, right?
Wow.
Now, that wasn't from new people, that was from my audience, right? And, we believe that this launch will do over $1 million, but I can't even comprehend how I would sell this course if I didn't have an audience. So absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, build an audience. Now, I'm not saying to not make money, so don't draw the wrong conclusion here. We've made money the entire time since building our blog. So you can be an affiliate of other products. You can leverage off their hard work. For example, for my launch, I mean, our copywriter alone is over $20,000. Just the copywriter. Then you talk about the designer, the programmer. You talk about, we actually leased, I don't know if you can see it, but this is my office. We actually leased a studio to shoot most of these, videos. We bought all the equipment. That's a, $1,000 camera back there. And there's all kinds, there's whiteboards, there's lights everywhere. So as an affiliate, you can actually leverage off the cost of someone else for no cost to you, really. And so I'm not saying not to make money while you're building that audience. Make money, and we teach you how to do that, but you absolutely need to build an audience. We don't have to question whether a product will do good or not. It's no question to us. because of our audience. And some do better than others. I mean, that's definitely true. I mean, that's just reality. But we never have to question that. We don't have to question, oh, I sure hope we make some sales. We make sales of anything we create because of our audience. And, we are, discerning as to making sure that what we provide is massive value. And so there you go.
Cool. Oh my God, can you say Daisy?
Yes.
That's Daisy. Funny. I had another question and it's gone. But I look. Does anyone else have any questions? Because I might let Ray go. Oh my gosh, I've taken that many notes. I appreciate, like, I've had, even just asking those questions, having that Q&A time is just like, ding, like light bulb moments. So really appreciate it.
Sure.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for making the time for, us here in Australia, New Zealand, and London and stuff. I think it's about 1 or 2 in the afternoon in London, so it was a good time for them too. And yeah, is there anything else you wanted to mention, or? Yeah.
Yeah, if I mean, honestly, if you guys over there wanted to put together some kind of event in Australia, talk to me. I'm always open. I would like to go to Australia at some point. So talk to me. As far as the course, I believe you will never have bought a $297 course with this much value in it ever, and I past or future. I really think if you decide to get the course, we give you 30 days to test it out, but I think you really, really will be blown away, and we just teach you everything that we know. I literally unloaded everything that I know about blogging and branding and becoming an authority, and I know that many of you can go on and become authorities in your profession.
Yeah, and I know you're kind of one of those people that doesn't hold back like little secrets or little chunks, pieces missing or anything like that. You're kind of one of those people. I know what I'm going to get, and yeah, I mean, you've built that trust. So thanks again. So
thanks for having me.
Everyone's really appreciating it. Everyone sent you kisses as well. Look at all these lovely women. Should come and do webinars with women all the time in Australia.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks for having me on. Appreciate you guys.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.